BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. So welcome to this episode new of 50 Minutes of Experience. Today I'm with a nice guest, is Spiros Strogilis from Greece. Welcome in this podcast.
Hi, Emiliano. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure today to have you. So we have a bit of time today, and as you know, I will start to ask you something about you, and then we can overflow our deep conversation.
Okay. So now I should say something about me.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I've studied photography when I was young here in the University of Athens. But I never followed it as, properly. I used to do different jobs. And at one point in my life, I said I have to do something that I like. So I stopped every other job and start doing photography.
Cool.
I work mainly as an event photographer, mostly with dancers and contemporary dance. Nowadays, I don't work at all. And I have my personal projects also. I'm preparing a new website, but maybe it will take forever because I can't choose the photographs.
Yeah, I mean, this is work you have to do it to people like me as a curator, no?
Yes, I know. Somebody else has to do it for me.
Yeah.
And that's it, more or less.
Okay. So let me warm up you, okay?
Okay.
So what you do it every day? I mean, in general, now we can also jump a bit out from the photography. I think photography is a totally tool to translate our philosophical way to get in that.
For me, it's my psychotherapy, photography. Okay. If I don't go out and walk for, let's say, 2 or 3 hours and take some pictures, I don't feel well.
Okay. So I totally understand because I do it that.
Even if I have work to do afterwards, I should take some clicks, just in order to clear my head.
Yeah, I usually do it this Sunday meeting with other photographer, no?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw some of your videos and all this. That's very nice.
And last Sunday was quite like, I mean, we walked a bit. I think we did 7-8 kilometers by walk. But, usually we start at 1 o'clock and I come back home around 9 o'clock in the evening. So, a full intensive day. But the last Sunday I came back at home was 4:30. And I went there at 2 o'clock. And I felt really sad and upset about that.
Yes, too soon.
Really disappointed. And I felt like, fuck, I did just maybe 20 pictures. And for me it was like, no, I don't want to know this kind of thing. I want to go out and I don't want to think. I have to arrive at the moment that I see the clock and say, okay, fuck, I was outside the whole day,
Yes, I know. Do you warm up? I mean, sometimes, I just click to warm up my eye and my hand,
Yeah.
They are useless photos. I don't care what I shoot, but after I start working, I start shooting, and generally the first photos are crap.
Yeah, but it's always like that, It's it can be also that you start and bam, you have your picture now of the day. But usually I think it's just to have to hold your camera, shooting, and then to don't think a lot about what is the result, and then see the result in the end.
Too much thinking, it's not good for anything,
Yeah, for sure. For photography, it's not really good to think too much, especially in the action of the mood,
Thanks God I'm shooting digital.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I want to say, look, many times in this podcast we have this conversation with the analog photographer, digital photographer. I mean, I shoot with everything.
Yes, I have cameras, but
And I have to say, I don't know, I don't care a lot about if I shoot two film in one day. I mean, it can happen that I shoot one film in 1 year. I mean, happened that in one camera I had the film for 1 year. Now, for example, I have an old camera, a Lomo old, and I have a 120 millimeter inside, probably from 6 months. I did the one picture
okay.
because they are big format camera, and I need
Yes,
where
okay.
to stand, and it's it. I mean, take time, and you have to
Takes
think.
time. You must carry it. You must find somewhere to, to place
The
it.
tripod, it's
Yeah,
not like I put out my Minox. I have a Minox. It's really little, and yeah, I put out the Minox and say, okay, look, I do some shoot in the street, eating, no?
I don't know. I'm using digital, and okay, I love film for the feeling, for the colors, But nowadays, with all this hype
Yeah,
about film and film cameras, everything has gone, skyrocketing. I mean, it's too expensive to shoot films just for fun.
yeah, no,
If
it's
someone
totally
if
agree.
someone wants some work, I have cameras. I have a Mamiya. I have some old Nikons,
Yeah,
But mainly my main tool is a Sony A7, and I have also a Fuji X-T2, but it's okay.
yeah, I could recognize a bit from your picture, especially from the color, the bright of color that. Yeah, it was between the Sony and the Fujifilm because you cannot have this kind of color with the Nikon or with the Canon. You cannot have this kind of color.
I don't know. I went straight from analog to mirrorless. I didn't own a DSLR before,
Yeah,
because they are small. They are very easy to carry. You put it
yeah.
in your
I
bag.
usually, I have to say, I used reflex for years. Then I started to use really shitty camera. The most shitty they were, the best for me they were. Then I
Yes, I
bought
know.
a mirrorless, an Olympus, and I shooted quite a lot for 2 years with Olympus. And then I went back again to my old reflex that are totally destroyed, but in a way or another, I feel comfortable with. And then I bought a Canon used from a guy that initially I was supposing to sell again, but then I started to say, okay, why not? I should start just to shoot also with this camera. So usually when I go out, I have two point and shoot film in my pocket and one mirrorless and two reflex.
Yeah, okay. You are fully equipped.
I do it always like, because I jump from a camera to another in base of what I want to do. And if I want, for example, shoot in the night, I use the Nikon. If I want to shoot portrait, I use the Canon. If I want to shoot what else it is, I use the Olympus.
Yeah, it depends on the result you want,
Yeah.
Fuji has a totally different result from Sony. Nikon has another, hue. Nikon's have
I
a
have to
yellow
say,
hue.
for me, it's not a lot about the result, but more about the feeling.
The feeling for me is the camera you have, on your hand must be
Yeah,
an
I talk
extension of
about.
your hand,
I
you know?
talk totally about the physical feeling. The feeling that the Olympus, for example, is a mirrorless. It's really light, so I can be more free with the camera in the end.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
with the Canon, that I have big lenses.
So you have better
I mean, yeah,
quality
it's
and
not
more
really.
possibilities.
Yeah. So, but let's jump. I'm really curious because yeah, you are there, and behind you there are thousands of books. And okay, but first question I put it down is books that changed your life.
Okay, a book that changed my life.
Yeah. Now come up the story. The book are not yours, but from your wife.
Most of them they are. Most of them they are. It's literature. She's
Yeah.
crazy about literature. She's reading like crazy. So yes, most of them are hers. But for me, the first book I saw and changed my whole life was Egglestones. you know,
Yeah.
the color ones. For me, it was something that I have a graphic design background. I was drawing for years and painting. I don't like busy pictures, and I like the mundane. So when
Yeah.
I found out this guy, I said, okay, this is something I'm doing, and someone was doing it before, and he's quite famous for it. So my photos aren't boring.
Yeah.
Because for many people, they are saying to me, what the hell are you shooting now? What is this?
Yeah, I think
But also
yeah,
Luigi Giri.
Eggleston is really close to what you shoot also. I mean, it's your personal work.
I have thousands of pictures, and I like to work with big lens.
Yeah.
I mean, Saul Leiter is a very big influence on me, but I also like Luigi Giri, as I said to you,
Yeah.
René Bourri. Uh, I also like many street photographers, but for me, good street photography is one of the most difficult things to do. I mean, not some shades and some head, okay, that's street photography. You can find magic street photography.
Yeah.
Books, what else? I bought a book recently that it's very, important for me. My wife bought it.
Okay.
It's Ravens by a Japanese photographer. It's black and white also.
His name Ravens?
Ravens, yes.
Yeah, I know.
I can remember the name.
Yeah, I tell you. So wait, I have because the last time I talked about this is Fujima. Wait.
I can grab it.
I have because I talked about this book 3-4 months ago. Practically.
Yeah, it was very difficult to find.
Masahisa Fukase.
Yes. This guy. I mean, I was blown out, but by this photography. I love black and white, but it's not my thing, but I admire it. If you can do this in black and white.
At this point, I will advise you to get a look at Rinko Kawauchi. Maybe you will like, because it's much more clear and similar to your kind of pictures.
Okay, I don't know the guy, but
it's a girl. It's a woman, and she did a lot of production. No, it's okay. I mean,
hope we don't have a problem.
It's this woman, published many books, and I think it's really particular, interesting the way she communicates with the picture, and especially with the lights. And her research is all based on the lights.
I think photography is light. Without light, you can do anything.
I mean, when we talk about light, when we talk about that, I talk about that. I'm going to really refer to searching the light in the way the light transform. For sure, photography is light. I mean, everything is light. Without light, we could not live.
Yes, but I mean, all the arts, if you get it down to the basics, are based in light. I mean, if you are drawing, painting, photography, movies, video, everything is light. I mean, if you can't control the light, I don't know. How can you do something?
So the next question for me is, what make for you a best photographer?
Oh, that's a very tricky. That's a very tricky question. I mean, I don't know who is the best photographer for me.
I mean, what to make for you? I mean, there are some things that you recognized in your favorite photographer that you say, okay, they have all common this.
Okay. I would say maybe it will be a bit surprise for you, but Meyerowitz.
Okay. Yeah, I love
what this guy is doing. I mean, I saw even the fashion shoot he's doing. I don't know if you see the last one who did for Jill Sander.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is totally, for me, it's the best in what he does. And because it's something so far away from what I'm doing, it's something I would love to do, but it's not me. And I admire him too much. And you always can understand, that it's Meyerowitz. From the people, from the lights, he has some some balance in his photography, some symmetry that I also have.
Yeah, he's a really experienced guy, I will say.
Okay.
Because
he's 1 century old,
yeah,
almost.
he has many different experience and also knowledges, also in theory in photography. I mean, he studied a lot also as a curator, so he knows what to do. And the good point is also I mean, he has a lot of curator around, editor that are not people that you find in the street. It's people, I mean, we are talking about always, a big name, also a lot advertised. So it's always totally different actually to watch it to work. Um, and yeah, for sure, are really good curated the works. For sure, there are a lot of shit photography in the archive.
Oh,
And I will watch at this photograph. I mean, if you go and watch, for example, the selection in street photography in the website of him, I mean, the first page of selected works doesn't make me really excited. So, but yeah, for sure, when you go to watch the publication, it's totally another pair of hands. You have to
yes.
sell it. It's totally
Yes,
different.
yes. I mean, if you have to survive from photography, then you might take some steps back.
Yeah.
There is no other way, or
I did
else
a
you do it
video.
as a side project.
I did a video just 4 or 5 days ago. I published it on YouTube talking about one of his book. I did a long conversation alone with the book in front of the camera of 30 minutes and talking about this book that maybe you can go to watch. But then, yeah, staying on the topic, then I wrote down another things, and this is also a bit provocative in a way. But I'm curious to know, do you think your culture in a way is influencing your vision in photography?
My culture, my country, yes. My culture, no.
No?
No.
Why? Now I want to know more about why and what you say.
Because here in Greece, we really don't have so much culture about photography. We have our culture, which wasn't always a part of me. Our culture,
Yeah.
We have all, I don't know. We are quite alike with Italians in some things,
Yeah.
Our culture here, I mean, if you see Greek photographers, they're mostly shooting, the ancient marbles. They always have faith inside their photographies, Christianity and all this. I don't.
Yeah.
That's a very tricky question. It's provocative already. I don't know. I mean, I grew up here. I have never lived abroad. I have traveled, yes, but I have never lived abroad. Athens was a very beautiful city. Now it's becoming I don't know how to say it. The gentrification and the tourism and all of this city, we are becoming, like a circus. And generally, I'm not so close in my culture. I grew up always, all my influences, everything is from abroad.
Okay.
If a Greek listens to this interview, maybe they will throw me some tomatoes, but I can't say something that I don't believe,
Yeah, I mean, it's. I have to say, even if I grew up my vision a lot out from my country, I have to say that I'm totally influenced from my country in the end, even if I will not accept that in some ways. No, I would say.
Yes, but
the culture, I mean, even if the culture is let's say, is a kind of tree that is always grooving, never stopping, because the culture, that's it. In a way, where we come from, especially not the country, not the regional country, but more where we come from our family, in a way, we are totally influenced, no? And
Yes.
so even photography that is languages made of meaning, hidden, so a really unconscious way to communicate with yourself. I think we are totally, in a way, influenced from that. But sometimes it can be also that we are influenced from the society we live in. That's also really clear sometimes for some photographers.
I think that's more important. You know, the society, the people you are dealing with, your everyday life. Because, you know, okay, culture is culture. Okay, and maybe I was exaggerating about Greek photographers. We have some really good Greek photographers.
Yeah. Just so if you think that
In
later I will
Greece,
ask you.
in Greece, most of them are doing street, you know, and in Greece they love black and white.
Yeah, I have
People
noticed that.
love black and
I've
white.
seen that. I've seen that. But
I
yes,
don't know why. We
I
are a
know
very
why. I know why.
because the light is too hard.
No, because the light is really good for black and white. I came in Greece 10 years ago, and I still remember the black and white I did there. I mean, I did a lot of really good black and white picture.
You can have great contrast, you know, and shadows and all this because our light, especially in the summer, is so harsh. It's very difficult to work with color. You know, it's much simpler to do it in black and white. But we have it, you know, we're a bit dark as people, though we are living in a region that's always sunny. We have a darkness in us, you know. I don't know, because it's a very troubled country. It's not easy living in Greece nowadays, but I remember my father also, my grandfather. I mean, also the south of Italy was always, you know, struggling. It
Yeah, I
wasn't
know.
the,
That's why I'm.
it wasn't the north, you know, Milan and all this shit.
I
That's
think
why.
also that is difficult. I mean, I
Yes,
before to
but
say
they have
that
another mentality, you know.
before to say that no, it's not true. I have to say before to say that Italy was a shit. I tried to live in different cities of Italy. I mean, I tried almost every city of Italy, and
Okay.
in the end, I understood that it's not that I don't like Italy. I don't like the Italian. That is different.
It's the same thing we are saying here. Greece is a very beautiful country, but has Greeks. But it's okay. You lose something, you win something, you know?
Yeah, it's always like that for sure. It's, I mean, you can never find a place is perfect
But,
with
you
the
know, I have
people
met
perfect.
friends in Spain, Germans in England. They all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I left France because the people who are living in France are stupid, or the same thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
no. It's totally a common things. Totally.
yes, I don't know.
So
I hope nobody of my friends listen to the interview. You know.
no, it's so let's jump to I in the same meantime I just wrote down some other three questions for you.
Okay.
Let's take the first between that. So I have a question. Is imagine that you earn enough money from people donate you and so on. Okay, and then you are free to go out every day. Really, every day you can go out and do it where else you want. That people pay you just to watch your picture. What would you like to produce?
That's something I have never think of. I hope that someday someone will pay for my photos, but what I would like to produce. Oh, I think we should do the interview like the politicians do. You should slip me the questions before so I can think, you know?
Yeah, this is the point, you know. But if he was thinking, he was prepared, and then we had not fun. And the point is to have fun.
I think that if people paid me, the only thing I would love to do is, travel and shoot.
Okay.
I don't have a special project in my mind. Generally, I don't have, I'm not thinking about the future so much.
Okay.
I'm thinking about the next day. I'm going to go out and shoot. I found a place, I'm going to go there. Maybe I will go 10 times there until I find the perfect light.
I think this is a good lesson for who will listen to this podcast.
But for me, I mean, the only thing I miss right now, and if someone paid me, is this: to have some cameras, a backpack, and travel and shoot. There are so many places in the world, you can. I don't mean that you can take pictures right out of your window. You can take, and very good.
Sure. You can take us inside.
Yes, but for me, traveling and shooting it's something I have in my mind for a lot of years. To have the freedom to do it.
Oh yeah, we have to just wait that someone, the right
That's
person.
Why if someone wanna pay me, yes, if someone listen to this podcast and wanna pay me,
if someone want rent this man, just contact him, and the price can be also tracted from a point to another.
I'm very cheap. I don't have great expectation. I don't want luxury.
just the money to survive around the world, and
yes,
and do it all the picture you want. Just someone rent this guy, please.
Yes.
So, and the next question is go a bit more straight to your picture. Then now we can go a bit more straight to what I see, what we can see from your Instagram. This is another provocative question from me, but I think you can challenge with that. My question is humans and object, and what is the common for you?
Humans and objects.
Yeah.
As you see in my pictures, I don't have many humans in my pictures.
but you have a lot of humanity inside. So then that's why I asked you about that.
It's a very difficult thing for me, to combine people with objects and shoot them in the way I want. I think there is no object without the people, at the end. At the end, everything starts from people. Even though I don't shoot people, everything starts from people.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I don't stage my photos. Everything you see is things that I like to find. Someone has dropped something, or someone moved something, or someone painted something, a wall, everything. At the very end, it all comes from people. That's the basis, Objects are objects. Maybe you can put it in the right order and have a very good picture, but without the people, I don't think everything will be flat,
Yeah, totally.
And that's why people misunderstand. They tell me you don't shoot people. Yes, I shoot people.
Yeah, I mean, the people are always there, and this is the point. This is what I like.
But sometimes I found them distracting,
Yeah.
I mean, I like to shoot my friends, my wife, but when you point the camera, they're starting to do this, expressions in their face. That's why I like to shoot like a paparazzi, hidden.
So I'm writing down. What do you consider yourself, a photographer, or better say a designer?
I always want to be a graphic designer. Then I started
because
with photography.
Your picture, in a way, I think I tell you also why I'm asking you that. I know many photographers that doing work like yours. No, I also my eyes watch most of the time also that kind of scenes like you, really similar to your picture. I mean, if I work in color, my work is a lot like that. And I have some friends, some photographers I talk with that two of them, they say to me that they catch the design in the street. They created the design using photography in the street.
Yes, it's something. Back in the days, I used to do a series of photographs with things I found on the street, and they looked so much like modern art,
Yeah.
From garbage to big boxes and all. They were left and they were like installations,
Yeah.
Sometimes, And I think that, how can I say that?
Say with your words.
I'm painting with my camera.
Okay.
If I show you some works I have, painted, it's something like the things I shoot.
Okay.
So for me, it's something like that. That's how I started doing photography, because getting older, I didn't start so old, but growing up, I was too impatient, I had something in my mind, and I was saying, oh, I need 2 days to paint it. Well, I prefer to find it and photograph it,
Okay.
And then I started all this abstract and minimal. In my Instagram, I have very few photographies because I don't like over posting and all this thing with Instagram, 5 pictures a day in your face.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's
And I like to keep some of my work from my website. So when I upload it, if you have seen everything in Instagram, you won't bother to visit the website.
You are using Instagram more like a portfolio. I mean, this
yes,
is
yes.
totally for sure. If you don't do it marketing through the social network, I mean, there is no reason that you have to upload one.
I'm not so good at that, I have friends who are working through Instagram. I could never do it, Though I have an interview right now. Okay, but
It's not an interview. I mean, it's more a chat. I don't like to see
chat, whatever.
Interview are so. When I think about an interview, are always so straight to the point. So people are so fucking serious.
Yes, I
no,
know.
they want. I mean, if I write, I want to do it an interview with you. The people take like, okay, can I receive the script before with the question? Because yeah, I wanted to study. And I like the spontaneity of the moment. I like this
Yes.
really like my picture. I go out and I don't know if what I found good or not. I mean, it can be that sometimes I go out and doing really bad picture, but I have to say 90% of the time I go out and I always come back with something interesting.
Yes.
And this
yes,
is
yes.
a bit my challenge, to make also the podcast a bit more for me something I want to do it, or otherwise will be really fucking boring.
Yes, I totally understand that. And maybe we can, if I will be in Berlin, maybe we can do it face to face.
Yeah, I mean, if we are in Berlin, we can go to shoot together. I mean, we have to waste our time in front of a podcast?
Yes, I didn't mean that we should stay on a table, though. You can, okay. Here in Greece, we say let's have a coffee. Let's have a coffee in Greek, meaning about 3 hours of talking.
Yeah, I'd say in Italy is the same. Totally. I mean, in Italy, in Naples is the same. Let's go to take a coffee, and then you take 20 coffee and
yes.
20 people.
Yeah, I think it's common in the south.
So I want to jump with you and on another topic, and then we analyze just some pictures together, and I think I can let you free. One topic is I'm interested is for you there was never a contrast between love and photography.
What do you mean now?
I mean, you have a wife, okay? Yes. But even if you had not a wife and you had some relation, happen that sometimes photography can be your first woman in a way,
Yeah,
and the woman then you are with feel it that, and then you have some problem, And,
no, I never had such problems.
Okay.
No. I love my wife. But the tricky thing is that my wife is shooting too. So
And that's
when
why
she
I'm
has
asking. And
spare,
that's why I'm asking that. What is the relation between, your relation with your wife and the common in between?
when we are shooting together, we are a little bit competitive.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we are together and we are shooting and we see the same thing.
This is. I mean, I know what.
Who's gonna shoot it first? You know, it can be between friends, but I'm going out with my wife. But no, we don't have problems. She knows that photography for me is everything right now. She's a graphic designer as a shoot also, so there is a balance. No, no, no.
Okay, and the good point that to sharing this passion together, something that you think in your experience, yeah, in the end was impossible to understand without having hair.
Uh, my life, I don't know. I would understand without hair. Uh, but the main thing is, you know, I take many good pictures with her because I feel so. We are together for a long time. I feel free with her, you know.
Okay, that's
I,
cool.
though she has forbidden me to post it on Instagram. She doesn't like her face to be on Instagram, so nobody can see them except our friends. You know, some people who are here. The other thing is that she inspires me sometimes. You know, she sees things maybe that I don't see, or she tells me. Uh, she helps me a lot. You know, with editing and all this. It's a second eye, as she has a totally different style. So you know, it's very appreciated when she tells me, you know, I think this picture is good and this is not.
So just this to note to everyone, tips of the day. Yeah, if you have a relation, if you don't have a relation, find a relation. If you have a relation, try to inspire yourself with the love that you have in your life. Because I mean, it's a help also to me, also my girlfriend inspire me to see things I didn't see before. It's
Also, you have a baby. I mean, didn't
yeah,
the baby didn't change you? You know,
totally. No, she inspired me. I
you
mean,
are not taking more pictures of the baby, though.
Yeah, as a friend some days ago said, the parents when you are become parents, the provider of your phone has to give you like for free unlimited space for your baby because you have a thousand of pictures. I mean, you can
Yes.
shoot from 10 to 100 picture per day of your baby.
I know, I know.
And then you send to your parents, and then this is a road of
To your friends, and when it will grow up, you know, start talking. It will be movies, not photos,
yeah,
because
and but I'm thinking also about that. No, I'm thinking about a bit about the future, and I'm accumulating all these picture, thinking about okay, I will do it time lapse of all these picture, grooving. I let groover inside of the picture. So, So let's
so
jump to focus point. I go on your Instagram. I have your profile in front of me. As you said, there are not a lot of picture, but I think they are the right one. 66 post, straight to the point. I like a lot the details that are in your picture, how the color touch the picture and how they present themselves. I like how you selected that. And a common in every picture is that there is always one contrast color, even in the black and white. There's always a focus point. What I'm interested to understand with you is if you now, yeah, you have. I think this is just a part of what you collected until now. And yeah, in your archive, I will swim and having fun like a baby in a playground. But so, do you think it's something that you thought about to exhibit, to publish, to doing something with this picture, to go to the next step?
listen, just before COVID hits us, we had an exhibition here in Athens. Me and my wife.
That's cool.
She's doing black and white film. I'm doing color. So it was the first time I did something. You know,
Yeah.
it was also after a very long time, because when I was shooting film, I printed everything. For me, that's the main point of film, print. But on digital, I haven't print. And when I did the exhibition, saw my pictures big, you know, with the colors in good papers, I said, okay, I want to show more, because, you know, you always are frightened to show your work in a more proper way. Instagram is the easy way.
Yeah, I mean, Instagram is
To make a book that someone has to pay for it, or a print, it's very different. I mean, there you present your work. Here, okay, yes, maybe you are doing networking and have some fun, but the picture is like that.
Yeah.
No, it's so small and nobody could see it. Yes, for me, my goal is to do a photo book. I think
we will talk after this podcast.
I think for me, it's the main goal for everyone, you know.
I mean, I don't know. For me, as I do it, the book, I put the goal in my life. I will not. I will not allow myself to die before to publish 700 books.
How many?
700.
Okay, you are young. You have time.
I mean, there is a reason why of that. But when I discovered Nobuyoshi Araki, I fall in love not only with the picture of him, but with the philosophy in what he was saying. And then when I went to watch the bibliography, and I've seen there are more than 900 books published in just one life, I felt like I'm late. You know,
where comparing to him, where everybody is late. I mean, even the Rolling Stones doesn't have so many records, you know, as he has books.
I think, but the music is different. The photography is totally another world, no? And I like a lot.
Yes, I know, but you know, it's mind blowing what you said. I didn't know that he had so many books.
Yeah, he has 1,000 of books. I mean, if you now count also even all the editors talking picture and to make other books, we are over 1,000. But you know what I loved of that? It's in a way he gave. I think we are the detainer of the heritage. We talk about the world we have outside with the world we have inside, and I think in a way or another, voodoo it books now they are written or just visual books. In a way, it's the one will be able to say how was the world to the next generation, and books are that. I think they are the best way to share the heritage that we have.
For me, at least in photography, photo books are my main influence. You know, maybe you can find thousands of pictures on the web.
Yeah, totally.
But having a book for someone, and you know, the paper, the layout,
you can smash, you can touch, you can destroy, you can do it whatever you want.
Whatever you want. But it's something personal, you know.
Yeah, it become personal. I mean, every object become personal, become.
No, it's also personal for him. You know, it's someone's work, and you have it in your hand, not on a screen. You know, and you know the effort or the feeling to buy someone's work, a book, a print, whatever. For me, is the greatest.
Yeah,
you know, okay.
It's amazing. You know what? It's that you become in a way the owner of the book. This is really interesting for the psychology that Wright does, because we become owner of this copy of the book, but we don't think about it's a copy of the book. We start to be proud that we have an object, even if the object has a value 0. and how many times we have object that we reserve just because it was of our mother or so on, you know, stuff
Yes.
without any cost. Um, and you become an owner of this, and then you write the kind of story on this, and every moment of your life that this object was there, you will remember something, and this get value. And I mean, in a way, the what I love and why I love to make book is because I never loved to go in exhibition, because exhibition for me are nice, but are event that I never can touch myself. I never feel myself because I don't have the time,
Okay.
I don't have the space, I don't have the silence, you know. But book for me are exhibition that will never finish. You can go to
Yes.
to your
I
exhibition
know what you mean.
every
I
time
know
you
what you
want.
mean. Exhibitions are most, a way of selling some things, have some money, and networking, or meet some friends and have free wine, whatever.
It's just a gangbang. I mean, for me, exhibition is kind of a gangbang, all together in the
Yes.
room. There is the big dick of the situation, and then everything is okay.
I mean, okay, mostly it's fun, But for me, my first exhibition was, something very big in my
Yeah.
mind. It wasn't so big. It was in a small space. Everything was very, but in my mind was, and I had the worry that are gonna people like my photos? Are they gonna come?
Are they gonna buy? This is always the question.
Thanks God they bought. They bought.
I,
I mean, in order to cover your expenses, not to be rich.
I shared to you my experience with the exhibition. I did kind of 6, 7, 8 exhibition in my life. Uh, the first one I did, I spent kind of 1,400 euro for the print. It was a really big exhibition. After 3, 4 days of exhibition, the gallery opened and the picture are not there anymore.
What? Where were they?
And I don't know, someone stole this picture. I never received the money back from anyone.
Okay, and you did after that. You did 5 or 6. What can I
Yeah,
say?
and then yeah, years after I did other exhibition for other things, but
Someone got in the gallery and stole all your pictures. You must be
yeah,
really very proud. I
I mean
mean,
I don't know if
someone
I have to be proud.
wanted them so much and didn't have the money to pay.
Actually, I will be proud. But when I was 18, I felt like fuck off. You know, for me it was really the
A
work of
disaster.
a disaster because yeah, I worked a lot to spend this money to doing exhibition, and for me it was like, what the fuck, you know?
they rip me off. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But it's something I haven't heard before. I will tell this story.
Yeah. And then after years, I did that exhibition because then, yeah, I mean, it happened that I had other situation where to doing this exhibition. But lately, then in the end, I started to stop doing this exhibition and more working as a guerrilla exhibition, just printing picture in the photocopy
Yeah,
during the day, going with the colla and the papa gluing everything on the wall in the public space and making this kind of exhibition.
this is a very nice idea. Does it
Yeah, I mean,
work?
if they, yeah, work. If the police, the police catch you, you go in the jail. But it's, I mean, work.
You are going to jail in Berlin if they catch you.
In Berlin, maybe yes. In Naples also. I mean, it's if someone.
Really?
I mean, in the end, it's comparable to graffiti. If you depends where you go to put this stuff.
Okay, you go at night like the graffiti artists.
Yeah, I did. I did. For example, I was living in Parma, and I had this idea to print a big picture made in photocopy. So I was doing photocopy, dividing one picture in many different, like a puzzle in the end.
Yes, okay.
And I printed a really big scene of two old men. When we talk about a couple of probably more old than 90 years old, was doing sex really big in the main plots of Parma.
I would love to see that.
and I mean, I had this moment of my life with provocation about sex and cruel things, trash, and so on. It was
You
totally
got
insane.
arrested?
No, no, no. But yeah, I mean, it was really scary at the moment because took time to put this puzzle on.
Yes, if it's so large.
Yeah, and
Thanks
then I
God,
start.
here in Greece they don't give a shit. You know the cops about this.
But here in Berlin, for example, I always thought about, okay, I have to do it again. I thought also about making kind of guerrilla exhibition or in the social field, like even for a community of queer and so on. I put it down some project, never did it. I mean, just thought about them, prepared the presentation, never published anything.
May I ask you something I've heard, but I found it very. Is it true? I read somewhere that in Germany, street photography shooting people is illegal. Is
Mm,
it true?
I don't know, in Germany maybe, but in Berlin it's not. I mean, in Berlin it's
Okay.
quite free. I mean, in Berlin exactly, there is no.
Berlin, it's not Germany. That's why I'm asking you.
In Berlin, it's Germany, but yeah, there is no restriction in that way because I mean there is the freedom reportage here. But yeah, if someone stop you in the street and say, yeah, you have to delete the picture, I don't do it, but
Okay, that's happening also here. You know, there are people who told me, "Why are you shooting at me?" And I'm simply, "No, I'm shooting the wall behind you, not you."
I mean, for me, there are a lot of people who say they have a ethic, but for me, there is no ethic in photography. Because the ethic is a totally point of view. I mean, a lot of people say they don't shoot the homeless, they don't shoot this, they don't shoot that. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I shoot everything I want to shoot. If you catch my eyes, I mean, if I watch you with my eyes, or I take pictures.
Okay, especially for the homeless and people in difficult situation. I have heard from others also. It's not ethical or something like that. But I tell them if you are considering like that, then you shouldn't shoot wars and everything that's difficult. I mean, you wouldn't have seen anything in your life, only
Yeah.
flowers and butterflies. Okay.
This is what I said. And after now come to my mind the moment some months ago that a girl stopped me in the street and she louder to me, screamed to me and said, "Hey, why you are not asking to this guy if you can take a picture?" I mean, it was a homeless, was sleeping on the panget, but I was not watching at homeless itself. No, I was watching at the things that he was reading, a really nice book, and then he fall asleep. And as no, I mean, what I think most of the time is okay, but if then I ask, I don't have anymore the picture.
Yes. And you are going to have a totally different picture even if you have it. I don't know. We are living in strange times. Here, I mean, people, the main concern they have is where you're going to upload it.
Yeah, on Pornhub.
I don't want my face to be on Facebook, on Instagram. And I tell them, I won't. I won't put you. If you want, you can exchange, our phones and emails. And if I want to upload it, I will ask you. But they are afraid so much, of this, or where are you gonna use it?
Yeah, I think it's totally stupid. I mean, if we talk about this topic, especially here in Berlin, it's the city most recorded in the world. I mean, there are
Yeah, okay.
camera publicly everywhere, and especially in the train, there are at least every 2 meters there are 4 cameras. So and people you are with the camera watching you like you're the devil, and they say what are you doing? No, and I say, man, but what the fuck, you don't see all the cameras are around you.
Yes, it's the same thing, I mean, we don't have so many cameras, but think of Londoners. They
Yeah.
have most of the cameras all over Europe. I mean, and what's your problem if I take you? It's the same thing if they see you shooting with them with a camera or with a phone. With a phone, they don't care so much. I
Yeah.
don't know why. But if they see you with a camera, here during the crisis, you had also one problem. If you had the big camera, they thought you were a journalist.
Yeah,
So that was dangerous, because people we know were angry.
Last story and advice. When I take picture of my baby, in the playground, many people think about I'm a pervert. I'm shooting.
Okay, yes, of course.
I mean, you cannot take picture of your own child. They think
You must take it somewhere that there is nobody else.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
I have to let play this baby. I don't understand.
I don't know. This is crazy, Emiliano. I mean, all this politically correct in every aspect of life nowadays. I mean, I was doing dance, as I told you, for an organization that deals with contemporary dance, and I was shooting the dancers. And I asked, "Can I upload some pictures? You must have, written affirmation of from all the dancers that they're gonna be put on Instagram."
Okay.
And I tell them, there are 40 dancers in there. I must find 40 people and tell me, yes, you are okay. So I didn't upload it.
After years, I worked for many different events in my life. I don't give a fuck about anything. I mean, if they
No, this was work, so I had to ask them.
For me was a workout, and then I think, in the end, after years, I started to think, okay, if someone wanna go to a lawyer and ask the money to pay a lawyer, no problem. In the meantime, I upload.
Okay, you are giving me good ideas today.
I think it's. I don't know. I know really over 1,000 photographers. Until now, I didn't catch one story that someone told me that was went in the court to about something like that. Never. It never happened to me to listen a story like this. For sure, if you shoot up a picture of Trump
Okay.
or Berlusconi doing something illegal, I would also understand that you go.
Berlusconi doing something illegal, that's a very common. The opposite will be very surprising, Sorry, but I know a lot about Italy,
So okay, so let's.
Did you stop recording, or are we still recording?
I'm still recording for sure.
Okay, be careful. What are you gonna put out?
Don't worry. So just last thing I want to talk with you. So at least we had a lot of fun this podcast. I like that. I will like that. Most of the podcasts will be like this. I have to say I'm doing the last 5 podcasts. They were really amazing. Maybe it's also me that I started to take the things much more easier than before.
Okay, the host makes the guest feel comfy.
Yeah, that's
if
good.
If you are happy and okay with what you are doing, I get the feeling back.
Yeah, sometimes I also was smiling at someone that was watching at me with the face of someone that and they didn't know what to say.
You don't have that problem with me, as I see.
So I'm still on your page. What I want to say, it's for sure your work. It's I think for me it's amazing. I love it. And that's why after this podcast we will talk about doing a book together. So the people listen that they would expect in a way, if they watch the profile, that we will publish a book then.
Yeah.
Just a topic I want to ask you, last question. Then we will. If there is something in particular that you think then after years you can recognize in your picture, and your pictures say that things that you was not thinking that you could say directly that. These are really difficult questions.
Yes, I almost didn't get it, the question.
If there is an hidden message that you was not able to recognize before, you was not aware about, and then you recognize it after years doing picture.
No, I haven't recognized it yet. And even if I did, I don't know how to express it with words. My main what I love about photography is that I can express myself through my pictures. I don't know if I have a message. That's something the viewer must see, not
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Sometimes people looking at your photos can tell you things about you that you don't even think about. You know.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. I mean, it's. I talk with the
But
many.
now you caught me in surprise. I want to see my pictures again to see if there is a message.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
I tell you a thing. I mean, I say to you and to everyone these things. When I was a bit more younger, I was always asking to myself how I have to write the description of my project, and I asked that to one famous photographer. And you know what she said to me?
what?
Create the best liar that you ever created in your life.
Okay.
Will work always because when you want to say the truth, it's so difficult to describe the truth that in the end will be really boring.
Yes, and sometimes people don't like to hear about the truth.
Yeah,
They prefer a beautiful fairy tale and whatever, but not the truth because it's okay, but it's normal, I think.
and in the end, it's not. It's the commonplace. Is that you go in an exhibition, you go a famous artist, and you hear a lot of bullshit. I mean, if you go in a gallery, if you used to go
Mostly bullshit.
most of the time, you go there and you listen a lot of bullshit. And
I don't know. Sometimes, Emiliano, you see people standing in front of a picture and they are saying, wow, I see that, and I see that, and I see that. And I
yeah,
don't know what they are seeing. I mean,
I
I don't
know.
know.
I was.
Am I stupid? Am I blind? I don't know how they come up with all these things.
I will ask to them who is the pusher, but
It's like I wanted to be part of some not exhibitions, contests, online contest. And the main thing everybody was telling me is, how to make a good bio and your artist statement. That's the main thing.
yeah,
And I
so
told,
bullshit. A lot of lie. This is the
yes,
point.
but the main thing should be the pictures, not the artist statement. I can say
But
whatever I want.
yeah, I mean, I have to say that unfortunately, the point with this. I mean, now for example, I don't know if how other curator work. I have to say that I don't know how they get in touch with photographer. I don't know. I mean, I'm one of not a lot of people stay there and try to discover every day if there is someone touch me. I mean, I feel that to doing. I mean, no one pay me to doing that.
Yes, okay, I got it.
And I feel it's something I have to do it. So then today, if even you don't know how to write about yourself, there are too much. There is too much content that sometimes it's really difficult to watch the content. And in general, I tell for example, we did the last year this open call transformation, and we received around 100 submission. I got a lot of really good work, but without any fucking sense, without any description, without any good. I mean, they was not related to the topic. They,
Okay,
I mean,
they just send the pictures.
they send the picture for a topic. They paid because they paid also. It's not for
Okay.
they paid, but there's no sense. And I received even this is really funny. One day I will publish something about that. We received two comics. So it's an open call for photography. We received two comics that was not in any case related to the topic. Totally stuff that you will never think about. I mean, we received one illustration of a machine that make the dick become boobs.
I don't know. Is this stupidity or desperation? I don't know.
And they paid for that, they paid.
Yeah, maybe you are cheap. You should be more expensive, so you gonna get the bullshit. I don't know what to say.
So
You know,
it's important now to know how to write about yourself. Not to, I think, in my case, as a curator, I will not approach to people send to me the entire curriculum because for me it will be really boring. Just the right words. So who I am, where I come from, where I live, why I do that. That's it. And the when we talk about the project. In your case, for example, that you say to me, okay, I go out and I take pictures. I try to figure out what I would like to do as a painter, but as a photographer. So what is totally clear in your picture that there is a research of shapes and color. So light, shapes, and color. And this is repetitive. Even if you shoot in black and white, there is this because you searched a lot of
yes,
hard
it's the way my eyes are seeing.
in a
I,
way.
I can't help it. I mean, after years of shooting, I shoot, in the auto mode. Whatever I shoot has these things inside.
And I
Because
think,
I love design, I love architecture, I love graphic design. I think all this comes out in my picture. In my pictures, you can see it.
yeah.
Some people tell me you are shooting too much architectural or too strict. The frames, the lines.
I don't see almost anything architecture, but it's okay.
I tell them I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just shooting whatever I like. Yes, I like shapes. I like symmetry. I'm like that as a person.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's your work has a lot of balance inside, and this is what is a common topic that is continuously in your picture. So they are balanced, more
It's
or
more
less.
balanced than me. My pictures.
But you said no. If you go out and you don't shoot top pictures, you don't feel it good. And so in a way, I think in a way or another, not only shooting photography, but most of the time shooting photography because it's one of the less methods and tools that permit us to relate to ourselves and what we have outside in the meantime. And this is the force of balance that is ourself and outside. And so there are these two big weight of the life that are going to balance.
Okay, I totally agree about that. And I want to say something about my photography at the end. Sometimes people ask me, what is the topic you are doing? What kind of photography you are doing? And I say to them, street photography. And they say to me, no, that's not street photography. It doesn't have people inside. And I tell them, it's totally street photography. Everything is shot on the street. Yes, it doesn't have people, or it's not the usual street photography that someone is eating, drinking, whatever, but nothing is staged and nothing is in studio. I don't know how else to call it, And it's a continuous, fighting about that. No, that's not street photography. I don't care about labels. It's photography.
That's it. And this is what when people tell me what kind of photography do it. Photography. I don't know what kind of photography.
Yes, I mean it's like they are asking you, what photographers you like. I like so many different photographers. You don't have to like only the people that are doing something like you. Yeah, you can also like people that they're doing totally different things about you. But this thing about street photography, is starting to get in on my nerves. They have put a label that street photography is like that. If it isn't like that, it's not street photography.
So this was Spiros Strogilis. And yeah, if you wanna get in touch with him, it's and also rent him for traveling, you can find the link in the description. And it was really fucking funny today. Really nice this meeting.
Yes, it's just with coffee.
Oh, amazing! And now I go to make coffee. So
also, I am going also to have a brand new coffee.
So I thank you a lot, and I hope that.
Thank you so much, Emiliano, for having me. It was very nice and funny, most of all. and it felt so comfy that we can do it every day if you want.
Amazing.
Thank you for listening to this podcast, and if you want to learn more about us, you can visit the link allmylinks.com, Berlin Explorer, or our website bexproject.com. And if you want to follow us, you can always get news from Instagram on our account BEEX Project. Thank you again, and see you in the next episode.